Guys, welcome to rexieparr. Please like, share, and do please subscribe. As I make my videos, will transform and turn into something that is really great and turn into something that is really perstacular. Perstacular. But anyways, I am here to talk about trust and relationship trust and victims. The thing about some victims, they've been victimized in their life, and when they tell their truth, no one believes them. And that's the biggest problem that we're having. I don't know the percentage, but it's often said whenever someone is raped or someone violates another person, oftentimes when this individual tell their truth, no one believes them. I am here to shed some light and to shed some truth. Imagine you're a victim in a situation as it is violation of your body parts, meaning you were raped and you actually reach out to the police, or you reach out to your family member telling them that you were raped. And lo and behold, the people who you have trusted start bullying you, telling you that that wasn't the case, it didn't happen, it's all in your mind, or maybe you are lying. How do you feel if someone who you trust and explain certain things to turn around and start blaming you? Blaming you, the victim, picking on you who is a victim. How do you feel? And what is the trust in the relationship? Imagine now something happened to you, and you go to your partner or your man that you are with, and you said, I got raped. And you express yourself and you show the proof that you got raped. And this individual turns around and he said to you, you wanted it, didn't you? And you're like, no, I didn't want that to happen to me. And this feeling, this person just turned around and turned everything on you. And the feeling of trust, that you trust this person to open up to them, to validate a situation that you are in. And this person actually turn around and start blaming you, who is the victim. Start sabotaging you, saying it's your fault. And this happened many times to people. People who are victims, they go and they tell their stories and people turn around and victimize them. Start bullying them, saying that nothing like that happened. They made it happen to them. Oftentimes when people are raped, people don't believe them. So as a victim, they hang on to it and they try to hide it in a dark place. But when they're hiding it in that dark place, it's having an effect on them emotionally, mentally, physically, and it's affecting their daily life. Look at the Tanya Stevens story. For years, she was a victim. She was raped. And she kept it until last year. She came out and she spoke her truth. And many people would say, well, why didn't you tell us? Why didn't you tell us now? Why did you wait so long to tell us? Because she's a victim. And oftentimes victims, they do cover for their attackers because they don't know. It brings forth some insecurities within you, taking some things from your self-esteem. Sometimes victims are even shocked the situations that they are in, so they participate even though they're victims. And where do we draw the line in making ourselves available for people who's been attacked, people who's been ridiculed, people who's been abused mentally, emotionally, physically, people who has been in really horrible situation? How do we make ourselves available to listen? I'm not talking about people who make up lies now and say so and so did an assault on me, and this is how it went, because people can make up that story. They can. But I'm talking about the truth of individuals that's been a victim in situations. And it's said that the culture covers slackness. Because even though this individual came out and said, I was raped by Richie Stephens is performing. And has anyone thought that even though this individual was in another country and Richie Stephens was in another country, has anyone thought that therefore this was two visitors that was visiting this country? So the law probably did not care to handle it, because at the end of the day, these two visitors was going to leave. Had this individual was a resident at this place now, then the law would seriously take it in hands and seriously look at this. So now, how do you think that victim feels to see an accuser who came out boldly, smiling? My God. The man a laugh, The man a laugh because him get away with it. Him get away with it. And when he was talking proud. Very proud. So if you weren't guilty of such a heinous crime, you would still have some kind of conviction and some kind of pity when you're talking. But instead, this individual came out showing off, proud, shoulders rolled back, talking. So now the world, and as I've heard repetitively, that Jamaica embrace slackness, embrace pedophiles, embrace all the little stuff that's going on that's not supposed to be. Now imagine now, me as an individual, something happens, something horrific happens to me, and I go now to my partner and I say, you know what? Something happened to me. Somebody victimized me. And my partner turns around and say, no, you wanted it to happen to you. What kind of monstrous thought is that? The fact that the individual came to you, confessed, and laid his or her heart out, poured it out, that means they trust you. It's not for you to turn around and victimize them and make them feel low. Because oftentimes when people are in these situations, especially kids, the predator always groom them and tell them certain things about their body, or maybe tell them, oh, you are such an ugly kid, or you are such an ugly individual. And the reason why I'm doing this to you is because nobody wants you. The reason why I'm doing this to you is because nobody cares. So not only is this person killing this little child inside, killing them for society, killing their future at the end of the day, killing everything about them. And this child now goes to his or her mom and say, Mommy, you know that so-and-so touched me? And then the mother ends up beating this child, saying, nothing like that. Nothing went like that. It would be like, where is the security? Where should this child go? Or where should this individual go? There is no security. And as a country on a whole, I think not everyone, because there's some highly intelligent people in my country of Jamaica. And that's why there is so many security system here in Canada for abused child, for abused mothers, for abused women or men. Because when it's not the physical that affects you, believe it or not, is the mental, is the emotional distress that bothers you. Because when a person tears you down on the inside, there is no kind of healing but therapy that can heal that. Physical violence against your body, yes, the cut may be healed, but it's the emotional system that's been harmed. Some people that was abused became abusers themselves. And there are some who are alcoholics, they are drug addicts, and they are nothing in this day. And there are people who turn out to be movie stars, who turn out to be multimillionaire. Certain people react to their circumstances in different ways. And I've had people call me and say, you know, Par, this happened to me. And all my mother can say, you're a big woman now, get over it. That's terrible. You train your child in the way they should grow so they cannot depart from it. You prepare your child and say, this is your private area. No one touch it except for you. You communicate with your child. You build a relationship with your child or your partner so that they can come and confess anything to you at the end of the day. It is hard enough. We are in this world. For the past 2 years, we've been going through a lot. But for you to be a victim and have nowhere to go, I'm not even starting. I can't even start. Because There's so much stuff that is there to be touched on. There's people out there who have ridiculous story that they've been abused, raped, anything happened to them, and nobody believed them. And what for? Why you don't believe? Why? Some people don't believe because that never happened to them. It doesn't mean that because that never happened to them, it can't happen to you. It can. It so much can. And moving forward, there's so many help, so many counselors out there, and I hope they have the same thing in Jamaica, because it's crazy when somebody come to you and confess that this happened to me. Vegas, for instance, came forward and he said he was victimized as a child. And people, I watch the comment, people go on his story and they comment and they say, oh, we can see why you're this way, because this happened to you as a child. When someone comes and open up to you, it's not for you to mimic them or mock them or threaten them or tell them they deserve it or tell them they're the ones who made it happen to them. So now you are a part of the problem, not a part of the solution. Dr. Love came forward and he said some stuff happened to him. How many men, how many grown men stuff happened to? And they can't confess, because if they confess, people gonna say, ha 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 ha, you're a man, you're supposed to just man up. No, it's wrong. People have emotions. We're all human beings. We have emotions. And we all need therapy sometimes. We all need help sometimes. No one is perfect. Nothing is perfect. So these words that I'm saying, do not victimize the victim. Have a listening ears for the victim. Try to understand and try to make yourself available if something is happening to someone. Please, guys, like and share and subscribe. Thank you.